Are you desperately trying to get your life together, and have you seen countless productivity YouTubers share how they organise their life on Notion? So you think, oh, interesting, I'll give that a go, and then you look into it a little bit more, you see all the templates, all the different tools, everything, and it's just so overwhelming, and you end up giving up because you're so overwhelmed by it. Because same. So why don't we fix that, shall we? But first I do want a drink, so let's go make some tea. For my Notion page, I want it to be simple, minimal and straightforward. I'm thinking user-friendliness over aesthetics and complexity. Overall, I want it to be a very simple page because in the past I've tried to make it look nice, and that's what ended up making the page more complicated and just put me off of it in general, because I do find it a bit overwhelming. I'm using Notion as a productivity tool, not just to make it look pretty. I've got my tea and let's just get started, I suppose. So this is my old Notion. I'm not gonna lie, it makes me cringe to look at, but that's why we're here. We're gonna give her a glow up and yeah, let's make this work. So to do this, I have duplicated my page because I'm not going to change the structure as much, and I do want a backup copy just in case I delete something that I don't want to delete, or if I change something that I don't want to change. So I do want to use it as a reference for when I'm making my new template, and yeah, it's just there if I need it. Okay, so starting out with some minor changes, I'm going to change the cover photo because I think this salmon colour is quite nice, but I do think it's a little bit boring. So I really like the new James Webb telescope photo, so I'm going to use one of those as my cover. I'm going to keep the butterfly the same. I'm changing the title from Life Hub to Life Planner. And then I'm also adding a quote that says, "The day you plant the seed isn't the day you eat the fruit." And again, I know that is quite cheesy, but it's a quote that I want to live by because I can be quite impatient and I can be quite the perfectionist, and I do sort of sometimes expect immediate results. So next, I want everything to be on the same page. I want it to be very central, very simple, where I can just go to this sort of dashboard page, click on what I want, open it, and then I've got everything there. I'm going to take out the continuous section, or like the title, and move what's in there to the top of my page. I also want to add a weekly calendar, and you can find this under the templates that already exist within Notion. It's called Weekly Agenda and it's under the personal section of the templates. And I just made some minimal changes to that. I added, where it said weekend, I changed that to Saturday and Sunday because it does really annoy me when agendas and calendars put Saturday and Sunday in the same day, because I'm still doing stuff on the weekend and I just prefer to have them separate. So I added 2 extra columns, one called Saturday, one called Sunday, and I do realise that I didn't show you how to do it, so I'm just going to do a quick tutorial. So basically you add a block of text and then you move it to where you want to drop it, and the blue lines should sort of guide you and indicate where the block of text is going. Also, if you have any questions on what I'm doing, just let me know and I'll respond to all the comments with any questions. So as I said, the task list and the weekly agenda are both within Notion's integrated templates. And then what's important to me is to have a meal planner. I use a meal planner every week. I have done for the past 3 or 4 years, almost, yeah, I'd say the past 4 years I use a meal planner pretty much every week, and this is because I don't have the healthiest habits when it comes to food in terms of actually eating. So it's really important to me to have a planner, because if I have it written down, I will most likely stick to the plan and I will most likely eat. I've just duplicated the weekly planner and I've changed the emoji to a salad because I felt like that was more fitting. I am now going to merge the work and YouTube sections into one and call it side projects. And I used to have a separate work section because I used to work from my own laptop. I now have a different job and I have a dedicated work laptop, and first of all, I'm not really meant to be putting information from my work into my personal devices, and I also want to keep it separate anyway. But I do have a few projects that I'm working on that I either make an income from or I want to make an income from in the future, or they are just also bigger scale projects that need managing and that I want to keep track of, and this is what makes the most sense to me. So for this section I am going to start off with social media. So this will include both of my Instagram pages, my TikTok and my YouTube content, and I want a content planner that I can use to just have everything in one place. So I'm using the content planner template found in the marketing section of Notion's templates, and this was such an amazing template that I had to keep it, and I didn't make many changes. I just sort of customized it to my own needs. What I also like is that you can filter by type, so I've added keywords such as YouTube video, Instagram account 1, Instagram account 2, TikTok, and then I can tag them and then filter by content. So it's a really nice system to have everything centralized, but I can also filter. There's also an all projects page which is essentially a list of the projects. There's a deadline calendar, and then there's a launch calendar, which I absolutely love because I can set myself deadlines, and then I have the launch planner, which is what dates everything is meant to go live, and I feel like this is going to be a great way for me to just keep myself organized and make sure I stay on track. So for editing and photography, which are two things that I do on the side, not very much of, but every now and then I have the odd photography gig and I want to start editing videos for other people. So for these sections, they're basically identical. I might merge them eventually, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. They are customized versions of the lesson plan template, again within Notion. Super simple, super straightforward. I've got a section for Vinted, and that's because I've got quite a lot of stuff to sell on there and some stuff that I want to shift. I also need to have a massive clear out of my things. We've got a Kanban board to show what I've got listed on Vinted, what needs shipping and what I need to get paid for. So that will be a nice little tracker for me. We'll see if I stick to it, if it's necessary. It might not be, but I'm willing to experiment, so we'll give it a go. Moving on to the next section, which is called Learn, Explore and Reflect. I'm keeping this section as it is. Well, not as it is, the title as it is. So I'm keeping the yearly goals. This is genuinely the most simple page ever. It's literally just a list of my yearly goals, and I keep track of my goals on my notes app on my phone, but I thought I might as well just have it all on Notion, have it all in one place. It's easier to find, easier to manage, easier to edit, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to transfer them all a bit later on. And then moving on to potentially my favourite section of the whole Notion. If you know me in my personal life, you are probably fed up of me saying and talking about how much I want to travel. So of course we've got a travel planner. Again, this is an edited version of an existing template within Notion. I just deleted a bunch of stuff. I haven't edited it at all, apart from add a couple of trips that I've got planned. I copied and pasted the travel activities page to create my planned activities page. I have an ongoing Word document with all the activities that I've got planned throughout the year. Going bowling or something, going to the movies, that sort of thing. I'd sort of do it to keep track of my diary, but mainly it's just so that I can look back on the fun activities that I've done throughout the year. So yeah, that's sort of something that I've been trialing this year and I absolutely love it, so I wanted it in my Notion page. The next page is called Travel Recommendations. For this section I used the journal template and customized it, and I'm so excited for me to fill out this page and get the content in it. I am so excited because the aim for this is for it to become a master list of recommendations for travels, and yeah, it will be super useful in the future. I have two sections in here. I have one section called From Me and one section called To Me. I've also made myself a little template to go with this page so that it's standardized throughout all of the recommendations and they're all a similar format. When I go somewhere, I will add a new section for each city or general area that I'm visiting. Lesbos, so that's the island that I come from, I've just used it as an example. And then that island is in Greece, so as you can see I've got the Greek flag emoji next to it, and that's sort of just a visual aid for me to know where each city or general area is around the world. When I open up, you can add tags. So if the recommendation is from me, I will add the tag from me or to me, and then I'll add the country name. So as you can see, I've put Greece in this example, and then I can search Greece or Lesbos and it will come up. I like to keep track of different recipes that I've tried and enjoyed on my phone, and again I want to start moving stuff off my phone onto Notion just so that it's all centralised and all in one place. I believe the recipes template was in Notion, but I can't find it now that I've been looking for it, so it might have been under a different name and I might have edited it. I literally, again, I didn't even copy and paste it. I changed the emoji to it from a piece of meat to an avocado. But I've already had it on my Notion. So yeah, I do apologise, I'm not much help there, but it is really simple, I think, to set up as well if you wanted to. It's just a table view basically. Okay, so that is it for my Notion so far. As you can see, I've kept it nice and simple. I've mainly only just put sections in to replace systems that I've already have. I will trial this and I will give it a go. I'll probably trial it for a month or so, and of course I'll film it, so you can stay tuned for that video coming in the next month or so. Until then, why not check out my most recent video linked here, and I will see you next time.